We are now starting session 8 of our pivot table session. This is part 8, last value aggregation type. So although this is not very directly relevant to pivot table, I just want to highlight few things here. So this last value aggregation type, when you are defining a data element, so you are assigning aggregation type to that data element. Maybe sum, maybe average, maybe count. So one newly introduced aggregation type is last value. It's important when you need to take or catch the most recent value. As example, so say you are calculating something for the first quarter of 2020 on HIV. So we are recording monthly the number of people on treatment. Say maybe 1,000 in January, 1,200 in February, and 1,300 in March. If you are calculating something for this quarter, if you take the sum of these three, obviously it is wrong. It is not the sum because those who are taking treatment in January also included in February and March, so it cannot be. It is not 3,000 something, obviously. Sometimes taking the average is also not the optimum thing. So in some calculations, especially in health, it requests the most recently recorded number, so that if you are calculating something for that first quarter example, the most logical thing is to get the most recent, that is the March value. So that you can do with this, with selecting this last value option as aggregation type. So it is very simple and easy. I will show you how to do that in pivot table. Right. So you have a pivot table here. So let me create a new pivot table just to showcase this. Okay, I'm starting a new pivot table. All right. So let me just select one data element just to demonstrate. HIV test performed. Oh, else shall we take some PLHIV treating? PLHIV currently on treatment. Okay, right. Shall we take the period as, say, last 3 months? Okay. And shall we, okay, get this year number also? And shall we consider districts in training land? Okay. Here we have our pivot table. I'm changing the layout to include organization unit in rows, data in report field, period in columns. You can see here, let me do it like this. I will change the period for months of last year. So 2019, all the months plus last year, right here. So here, the last year value is probably an average. Definitely this is average because this contain a decimal number. These are recording in whole numbers. So obviously that is an average. So let me explore the maintenance module to show you how that data element has formed. So in maintenance, in data elements, I am searching for my data element. So this is the data element. Let me open the data element. So here aggregation type is average. So and it's set to sum in org unit hierarchy, but we checked along the period. So that's why we saw this average. So if for some reason, like we discussed earlier, if you need to get the last value for the said period, reported last value for the period, so that we can set in pivot table without touching the data. Here you can change it by changing the aggregation type. The default is data element, so it takes the aggregation type from the data element, but we can override it here by selecting something else. I will select here the last value here and update. Now see what is happening to our data. 2000 value for 2019 is now changed. Now it is not the average, but the value exactly reported in December. Here the value December again in 2019 value. So this is last value in pivot tables. Just to remind you, instead of doing here this is a temporary one. You are just overriding the set aggregation type in data element in pivot table. You are just overriding. Obviously, if you really want to analyze in that way, you can make the aggregation type in data element to last value here. There are two ways to use aggregation type last value. You can configure it in the data element itself, or else you can configure temporary in pivot table. So here what we did was a temporary measure. It will not affect by any means to the data element. This is just analytic output. Now, by having this knowledge, we have completed part 8 also.